Good afternoon, listeners. My name is Pastor Kelvin C. Ellison. I'm the pastor of the South Dallas Baptist Church, located in Dallas, Texas, 2002 Hatcher Street, the church where everybody is somebody. On today, God has blessed us with a simple word that we want to encourage someone with. We're going to come out of today the book of Judges, the 4th chapter, verses 18 through 20. And this morning we would like to talk about simply being at the wrong place at the wrong time. The list brings us to, there was a gentleman by the name of Caesarea. He was a man that he wasn't a friendly man. Matter of fact, he was a evil man. The Bible lets us know that he was in charge of a strong army, a long, big army that had chariots. He had tremendous amount of men to impose his will and force. But one thing that I've always had found out is that sooner or later, serving the Lord, it will pay off after a while. The Bible lets us know that there was an army. They began to engage in war. And you do know that when we're engaged in something, anything that's not accordingly, anything that's not of the will of the God, it does not last too long. Tremendous story about, it's not all about how you start, but it's all about how you finish here. The story lets us know that if they had gone into the war, things began to get bad. Things began to get difficult. And we find the young man of Caesarea, he began to be on the run. And seeing sometimes when you're on the run, you would think that you could simply think about it and use your mind. But when you have trials and when you have tribulations, rather of using your mind, those things have you caught up and tied up and tangled up to where you can't use your own mind. So the army had begun to depart. All of the things, those strong chariots that the individual had, they had tremendously come to an end. Verse 17 tells us that Sisera, however, he fled on foot to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, because they had friendly relations. And sometimes you do know that when you're in the midst of a storm, it's so good to see a familiar face along the way. But 18th verse tells us that as he had met the gentleman's wife, she invited him to come in to the home. Watch what the verse says. It says, "Come, my Lord, come right in. Don't be afraid." So he entered her tent, and she put a covering over him. He began to say, "I'm thirsty," he said. "Please give me some water." Opposed to giving water, the Bible lets us know that she simply opened up a skim of milk, gave him a drink, and covered him up. We fully understand that sometimes people are nice to you because they want to be, not simply because they have to be. Now, he's already departed. He's entered someone's house. And we do know that right then he asked for simply a glass of water. But the Bible lets us know, opposed to the lady, she gave him some milk. My brothers and dear sisters, sometimes we need to be so mindful of the gifts that we receive from other folks. And you do understand that sometimes that there are gifts. There are items and things that we receive that simply they have a stipulation. They simply have a hidden agenda behind the scenes. After he was in someone else's home, the Bible lets us know is that he began to give orders in someone else's house. He said, "Stand in the doorway of the tent," he told her. "If someone comes by and asks you, 'Is anyone here?' you simply say no." 21st tells us Jael, Heber's wife, she picked up a tent peg and a hammer and went quietly to him while he lay fast asleep, exhausted. She drove the peg throughout this temple into the ground and he died. Sometimes, my brothers and sisters, we need to realize that it's dangerous. It's consequences of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Any time that you trust in the Lord, any time that you worship with the Lord, any time you're in the Lord's house with the Lord's people, you are at the right place at the right time. I'm so glad that we serve a God that's able, and we fully understand that he may not come when we need him, but he's always right on time to bring conclusion of the matter. This was a young man who was on the run, thought that he had everything that was under control, but he ended up being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I need to let somebody know, if you're not at your own rightfully chosen vessel of your own house, you're not at the right place at the right time. Stay close to God, and God will see you through. We would like to encourage each of you to come by to visit with us. Sunday morning worship starts at 11 o'clock. There's Sunday school that begins at 9:30. Wednesday night Bible study. We even have advanced out to even call it the Wednesday night word that begins at 7:30 p.m. each Wednesday. We ask you to come by to visit us at the South Dallas Baptist Church, the church where everybody is somebody. I am the pastor of the South Dallas Baptist Church. We ask that you continue to pray for us, and we will pray for you.